First, why we are learning this course? What is inside of this course? What is data analytics? Okay, what is the future of data analytics? Why it is getting more popular? What is the demand of big data? Why we require big data? These are the questions we will get answers in this session. Okay, what is mean by insights? Then why we require data analytics? Why it is getting more popular? The demand is getting increased day to day. The demand, if we see from past 4 to 5 years, the demand of data analytics and any data related fields is getting high. Data analytics, data scientists, machine learning engineers, business analytics. Okay, the demand is getting very high day to day. Okay, let's see first what are the real world data analytics projects and why we are using data analytics in these domains or in industries. We are having different industries like healthcare. Let's take an example of healthcare. In healthcare, one patient is coming to your hospitals. Okay, you can decide, you can take the data of any health, okay, any hospital. You can tell how many number, whether the person is having cancer or not, whether this person having, based on his reports, hospital reports, you can take a decision whether this person, that particular person is having cancer or not, whether the particular person is having heart disease or not. Okay, this is the importance. This is one example in healthcare industry. If you come to retail, uh, in the retail, how many number of, what are the purchases in month? Let's take an example of DMart in India. So if we see the DMart, how they are keeping the stock, bringing the stocks whenever they want. In summer, let's take an example of summer. The summer, the sales ice cream and few products sales is very high. Whenever it is comes to winter, the sales of ice creams will come down. If this is the scenario, how they are bringing the stock? They will analyze the data, how many number of products is going selling, okay, best sold in this 1 month. So based on that, they will keep the stock, they will maintain the stock. Even if you see any stores, not only in DMarts, any kind of stores, if you take any kind of stores like Reliance, any kind of stores, they will analyze the data in their company, and based on that, they will take one decisions. How many, what kind of products are getting more sold in this 1 month. Based on that, they will take the decisions. How many number of products we have to keep the stock. This is how it will work in the retail industry. Then if we come to finance, any banking sectors in the finance, there are a lot of fraud transactions and all. So they will analyze what are the fraud taxes. Suppose you are having very low CIBIL score, so it's very hard to get a loan, right? But if they are not tracking this, they will give the loan. So that is the reason they created a CIBIL score. So understanding these, all these things, they will detect he is the fraud. That means they won't provide any loans and all. This is how it will work in the finance industry. If we come to transportation, instead of spending lot of time on the transportation, suppose if you are moving from Bangalore to Mumbai, so what you have, everyone will think to reduce your time, right? Instead of traveling 500 kilometers, so if there is any way to go with 350 kilometers, you will select 350 kilometers, right? Because you have to reduce the time, and you can reduce the cost also. That's what the transportation you can check for by using the best example is Google Maps. If you want to go to here to somewhere else, then you will use Google Map. There are two ways you can go. One is 40 kilometers, the second one is 30 kilometers. Which one we will select? Always we will select short route, right? This is how it will work in the Google Maps. And if you come to sports, any sports, whether it is cricket, basketball, any, based on the data, suppose if we are taking one player in Rohit Sharma, so how many number of innings he played, what the score. If you see, whenever he is coming to batting, they will showcase that this one, what is the entire thing, like how many number of matches he played, T20s, what is the score of total score, what is the strike rate based on the how many number of matches played, what is the score he played in the before matches. Based on that, they will give the strike rate. How they are giving the strike rate? That means they are storing the data in the database. Whenever he is coming to the next match, he will they will take the average. That average is called strike rate. So this is how they will analyze the data in the sports. Okay, these are the real world examples which big data analytics is playing main role. Healthcare, retail, finance, transportation, internet. Not only here in these, mainly these. There are some other also like telecommunications, windmills, taking wind flow using sensors. There are a lot. Okay. Let's see how students are using this data analytics, how the data is getting generated. Like suppose we are the person, we will watch movies in the Netflix, right? If you observe in Netflix how it is recommending the movies, how it will recommend. Suppose I am watching one thriller movie. 2 hours back I watched one thriller movie. Then automatically it will suggest best thriller movies. How it is suggesting? Based on the content, whatever the content you have watched, based on that it will recommend. That what the recommendations means. If you observe that, this is how it will work. But lot of people, what they will think, it is recommending randomly. That will never gonna happen. Not only here, in every way, even in YouTube recommendation, in Instagram, in every any social media platforms, never it will recommend randomly. It will always recommend through based on the content, whatever the content you are watching. Based on that, which is similar to this, there are two types of contents, two types in recommendation systems. One is content and second one is collaborative. Content means, suppose how whatever we discussed as of now, suppose if you watched any crime movie, it will recommend the crime movies. Collaborative means based on your location, there are two persons, person A and person B. Person A is watched one news, that means which is related to nearby you, it is happened. Then it will recommend to person B also. This is what the collaborative means. Got it? This is how it will work. Netflix, even anything, YouTube, it will work. If you watch any movie in YouTube, also any reel, any meme in Instagram, it will recommend the related memes or reels, right? The algorithms behind the Netflix, Instagram, and YouTube is recommendation systems. Got it? Let's see one more example. If you observe here, there are a few points, main points we have mentioned. Netflix uses advanced analytics to personalize streaming content. That means whatever the content it will recommend, it will use advanced analytics. Okay. This real world example shows how data analytics track viewing habits and preferences. That means, suppose if you are watching crime movies, it will recommend crime movies. A lot of people, what they will think, it is not going to store the data in any way. But whatever you are watching, everything will store in their databases, company databases, Netflix. What kind of movies you are watching, what kind of series you are watching, everything they will store. Based on that only the system will recommend. Okay, if you observe, if you learn these things, how it is recommending, then you can apply in your personal life also, personal life experience. Suppose you want only crime movies, then you can go and see in only crime movies, it will recommend the list of crime movies in the next. Got it? Yeah. Let's see one more. It's very interesting because we will spend a lot of time on mostly in Instagram in our generation, right? I have created one plot. Okay, suppose if you are a Instagram user, you are posting one reel, okay, story or post. You are posting something in your account. These are the timings. Okay, these are the timings whenever you are posting. If you observe here, someone posted six to, suppose let's take a person A, he is posting one post between 6 to 9 a.m. So how many likes he is getting? around 120 likes. So let's check. On the next day, he posted something between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. He got 150 likes. So what is the meaning? The number of likes is getting increased. What's the meaning? That means between 9 a.m. to 12 p.m., lot of people are spending their time on Instagram. If you observe here, 12 to 3, he got around 140. Okay. If you observe 3 to 6, he got around 150, around 145 like that. Okay. Between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., he got around 180. That means what you are observing, most of the human beings, okay, most of the people are spending their time between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. That's what, this is what the insight means, which is useful information you are getting from the data. This is what the insight we are getting from the data. So if you if someone is posting between 9 p.m. to 12 a.m., so he is getting likes around 135. Okay. By looking at this plot, what you are observing, what the decision you can take, which time is the best to post something, whether it is a reel or stories or posts. So between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. So if you analyze the data, you can understand. A lot of people, they will get a doubt why we are going for data analytics. Okay. Why we are going for data analysis? Why should we analyze the data? Why should we analyze the data? I mean, suppose if you are having 10 rows or 20 rows, by looking at that table, you will understand the data, what is going on. But what will happen if you are having million and billion of rows? How you will understand? It will never, you can't understand by looking at the tables. That is the reason, if you create an visualization, then you will easily understand the data. You can take a decision. Even the person is a non-technical guy, he can easily understand 50 to 60% of that, this particular part. Then what is the remaining, how he will understand the remaining 40%? I don't know whether you heard about storytelling. Storytelling means whatever the insights you find, you have to explain to the client. Okay. This 40% or 30% you will explain. The remaining 60%, by looking at this plot, client will easily understand what it. That is the reason visualization spin comes into the picture. Okay. If you observe here, what is the insight we got from this data? Okay. Posts between 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on weekday shows 30% higher engagement comparing to the remaining this slot. That means 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. we are getting 30% high likes. Okay. Let's see one more example. Let's take Amazon. It is an e-commerce, right? Amazon is a e-commerce. So every minute you will get a lot of orders in the Amazon. Every minute to minute they will track how many number of orders we are getting, whether it is increasing or decreasing. They will track. Based on that only they will plan. Suppose in the 1 month, let's take a month of May. In this month, how many number of orders they got, what kind of orders they are getting in the summer. So based on, they will analyze the data. Suppose if there is a large demand on umbrellas, suppose a lot of people there, suppose they got 1,000 orders in the Amazon. Let's assume they got 1,000 orders. In the 1,000 orders, 300 orders are umbrellas. Okay. Because in Bangalore, in any company, raining is going on, so they got 300 orders in this day, umbrella orders. Then they will bring the stock umbrellas. Because of the demand, what kind of products customers are ordering, they will analyze. And even if you see, there is a concept called market basket analysis. If you go and buy one laptop, automatically what it will recommend, it will recommend a mouse, and in the same way keyboard, it will recommend one bag. Why? These three are necessary things to which is related to the laptop. That means whenever you are buying one product, there is a chance to buy the second product also. If you are buying laptop, most of the people, they will buy bag. In the same way they will buy mouse. Not 100%, but there is a 90% chance to buy, right? So That's the reason it will recommend. The algorithm behind that is market basket analysis, MBA. Whenever you are buying one product, there is a chance to buy second product also. In the same way, how they will analyze, suppose here also it will work. If you are looking for shoes, if you are looking for one laptop, automatically whenever you open the e-commerce website, Amazon or Flipkart, anything, it will recommend the same products which is related to the laptops. If you open one laptop, the cost of the laptop is 50,000. Automatically, what is the budget, 50,000 budgets laptops, it will show in the bill. This is how it will work. The algorithm behind what it is recommendations. Then, okay, as of now, we have just seen the examples, the data related examples. Now, what is data analytics? Why we require data analytics? By using data analytics, what we can do? These are the things first we should know. What is data? First, data means, let's divide this into two parts, data and analytics. Data means, what is data? Anything happened in the past, collection of information. Okay, we will collect the data. That is what the data. Analytics means analyzing. That means understanding the data. We divided data analytics into two parts. One is data and the second one is analytics. First, data means collection of information. Analytics means analyzing or understanding the data. Now, why we require data analytics? Suppose you have one company, you have started one company, so it's been 3 years you are running that company. Now you are planning to start one more company in another location. Suppose you have a one company in Mumbai, you are planning to start another company in Bangalore. Okay, first what will you do? Will you directly start it? You will check how much percentage of the profit you got from the past 3 years, whether you are getting profits or loss, how you are getting, in which month it is getting down, the profits of the company, what kind of clients you are having. So you will analyze all these things. Then only you will take the decision, is there any demand, will we get the clients in Bangalore? You will observe all these things. Based on that, you will take the decision. In the same way, if you want to take a decision, you want to analyze the data, whatever the data you are having, something happened in the past 3 years, whatever you worked, whatever the clients you work with, you will understand. First analyze data. What is raw data then? Raw data means it is in the form of tables. You will convert the data into intelligence. If you observe here, what is the purpose of data analytics? Converting raw data into actionable intelligence. Actionable intelligence means to take the decisions, which is useful. In simple words, raw data means you can't take any decisions by using raw data. If you convert that into actionable intelligence, then you can take a decision. If you observe here, there are few plots. See here, they converted into plots. Now if you observe this any kind of plot, you will understand, okay, at one particular place it is getting, the stock price is very high, at one particular place the stock price is getting very down. Now what is the benefits of data analytics? You can identify trends and anomalies. Okay, I will tell you what is mean. Trends means what is gonna happen. There is a little bit different word anomalies. A lot of the people they will get down what is mean by anomalies. I will explain. Anomalies means, let's take one company or one shop, one normal shop. The sales of that shop is 10,000 in one day. Day one, day two, 12,000. Day three, 11,000, and day four, 14,000. On day 5 it is directly going to 1 lakh sales. Now if you observe a lot of people, they'll get down. Is there any chance to get 1 lakh sales suddenly? That is what the anomaly means. Anomaly means which is completely different to the remaining values. These four are related to, there is a, the company or any shop, if they are getting 10,000 or 11,000 sales in one day, 13,000, 40,000 is related. But if you compare with 1 lakh, it is completely different. So that's what the anomaly means, which is very far from the remaining data points or which is far from the remaining values. That's what the anomaly means. Okay, then you can boost the efficiency. You can understand how we can take the decisions, how the data is happened, what happened in the previous. So based on that, you can take a decision. You can start something new. Okay, let's take one example. If you take example of Netflix, okay, it is saving $1 billion terabytes of data in their databases. They will analyze the data. Based on that only you will get the recommendations. Now, if we come to big data, why we require big data? Big data means if you're having 1 MB or 10 MB or 100 MB of data in the files, you can directly upload in your system. You can analyze it. It's not a big deal. But what will happen if you're having $1 billion of data? So you can't process in your system. That's the reason they created big data. You can suppose if you have $1 billion, 1 billion terabytes of data, they will split. There are few tools like Hadoop, Apache, and Kafka. We are having different tools. We will use the tools. We will divide the data into buckets, into small parts. Then we will process to our system. This is how the big data came into the picture. In big data, there are three main V's. Three main V's. One is volume, the second one is velocity, the third one is variety. What is volume? Volume means the size of the data, how much big it is. If you see here, 2.5 bytes generated daily worldwide. 2.5 quintillion bytes generated daily in the worldwide. In the entire world, you are getting the data of 2.5 quintillion. That means greater than terabytes also. If you are getting that much of data, is it possible to process in our system? It's not possible, because you can process small data only. You can't process large data directly in our system. So that's the reason they created big data. Then the second V is velocity. How much speed requirement of how you are processing the real time data. So if you want to process, suppose if you are installing, if you are processing the data in your normal systems without using big data, it will take, if you execute one line of or one code, it will take a lot of time to execute 1 hour. But if you are using big data, you can process it within seconds. That's what the velocity. So you are decreasing the time. That means the speed is very fast. If the speed is very fast, that is what the velocity. Then if you come to variety, variety means what types of data we are having. We are having two types of data in the entire world. One is structured, the second one is unstructured. Regarding this, we will talk in the next slide. Okay. If you see unused data, this one, if you observe this, till in the world, still 97% of the data is unused, not yet. Even if we are using this much amount of data in different companies, still 97% of the remains unused and unanalyzed the data. That much of data we are generating day to day. Even in the Facebook, WhatsApp, everything we are generating data.